Hey everybody, hello and welcome to my weekly stream, Ancient Gaming. This is part 11 of my Heaven's Vault playthrough, and I am Zilla, and this is my partner Tortoise. We will be playing Heaven's Vault, a game about epigraphy, robots, grad school, and transhumanism? Question mark? Unfortunately this week OBS decided it didn't like any of my secondary microphones, so Tortoise will have to emote primarily, and if he needs to say something he will talk through me, but he is keeping track of our conlang in our handy dandy little branded book. He has all of our ancient ideographs, words and phrases, and even some spoken ancient. If you haven't been playing along so far, you can find the rest of our playthrough, starting with the very beginning, on my YouTube channel, Zilla's Athenaeum. But you don't need to have played through so far to follow along. I will just tell you that as we go, the primary mechanic here is learning an ancient language that is constructed. And so we have figured out a good chunk at this point, both from our previous playthroughs and from this one alone. So you may get a little bit spoiled. So we are Aaliyah, a grad student in history who is an archaeologist. She is pretty much the only one that exists, and she is roaming the nebula trying to find out what happened in the past and how to prevent the return of the fall, whatever that is. So we have this handy the story so far, which I will read to you, and then we will get playing. Aaliyah and Six, her robot, have been looking for the missing roboticist Janiki Renba, sent by Professor Miari, Aaliyah's advisor, to uncover the cause of the fall of Iox, the university planet, and also the center of the Empire, not coincidentally, which she believes is soon to return. But ancient memories found inside a robot led Renba to a different discovery, a legendary ship, the Heaven's Vault, which Renba believed could save the nebula from darkness. The roboticist's search began with a telescope-like device from a ship buried deep on a moon near Elbereth. A relic from the vault, perhaps? And off we go. Also, here is my kitten. This is Freya. She is sadly coned, but she might be healed soon. So if you see me petting something off screen, that's my kitty cat. Hi, baby. Alright, we have come to Elbereth in order to talk to our friend Aroy, who sent us a message about our kitty cat, Kitty Paws, who does not exist. We do have a pet. It's a gecko, and its name is Sticky, because it looks like a stick. So up we head to the Citadel. Set Buyaki Rafar. Catkiss. Kazap. Yeni Huake. Hi Vivian! Thanks for joining us. Very happy to have you here. Feel free to ask questions in chat, or, just talk about whatever you like. So, back on the Citadel. I think Aroy's place is this way. Unfortunately, I think that means we have to pass through the market again. I'd rather not talk to that Salehwa. As with any new language acquisition, the first thing I've learned how to do is curse. Can't believe the people here talk ancient. This place must be old. Older than Iox, maybe. We've determined that Elberethian patois is more or less spoken ancient. Now, it would not... I wonder if it was important in the days for the Empire. I wonder if the Citadel was once a castle. It does seem likely. It is pretty elaborate and that some fancy tech. But I will say, like, if it were ancient, it would have changed over the years, most likely, and not just fallen into partial use. Patois is technically a dialect of the main tongue, but I guess we don't know that Aaliyah is speaking anything that actually sounds like English. That's a common video game conceit, to have whatever common tongue just be English, but, you know, it's not actually. Let's see if Oroi wants to come out. I'm not that impatient. She can take her time. After all, she called me here. There she is. Not even a hello. I don't think you'll believe me. I've never known you to lie to me. Harsh honesty, but you never lie. The crown spoke to me. It powered the thing up eventually. Nothing happened, so I put it on my head. Looked pretty good with the crown on my head, you know that? I bet she did. Mistress, what is that? Did you recover that from the moon and the cyclones? Shh. I want to hear what she has to say. I am in awe of your subterfuge. You're doing so well at hiding from Six. I know you're imagining it. Honestly, I'd rather it wasn't here. I'll keep it safe. No, I need to talk to you. So what did it say? Just a whisper. It whispered lots of voices, but one was the loudest. I think it was the Empire's crown. Might have been an emperor's voice, recorded into the crown and passed from emperor to emperor? A full history of the Empire, passed from ruler to ruler. Before you ask, Elle, it's fried. I won't be able to get anything else out of it, and neither will anyone else. It was all a mess. Only one thing I heard clearly. He said he didn't want to go to the Withering Palace. He said he'd rather die. I've been there. You always have to go one better, don't you, Aaliyah? Why does everything you touch go sour? That's not what I wanted. Fine. Robots have control words. They're ancient words. They make the robots do things. Never heard of that before. So you didn't know? Is it just this one? Or do they all have them? All of them, I think. Must be something burnt right down into the foil. Anything higher than that would be overridden by the robot's own intentionality. That would be something to attest. Can a word bypass the ethical core? You think that might be possible? You could use a control to have a robot killed something. Depends how it works. Makes you wonder if you and me have overrides we don't know about. What do you mean? I kinda know what she means. Never mind, forget it. Ah, should have said the other thing. How's the shop working out? Still slow. Have fun on the river. Aw. Come on! Come on!
Nothing.
Ah, that's rude. Oh no.
Hope we haven't closed that.
Yeah, I hope we haven't closed that path either.
Come back another time.
Time to go? No. I want to talk to other people. I mean, probably not this person. But... I guess since I'm here, I should talk to Tapi first. But I think that if if Elberethian patois is ancient, then we should talk to the people who speak it, like Tapi and Timor. Thank you. I wouldn't have given them both T names if I were building this game. Hi, Tapi. How's it hanging? Where do you get all this stuff from? They leave things lying around. Uh-huh. We're a fair society. Everybody gets something. We are not a fair society, Tapi. I don't know what you mean. Let's see what he'll trade for. I'm interested in what he has to say about this lantern. Let's see. Nice enough. Oh, well, I may be able to do a little distance with that. Not seen anything quite like it. Oh, that's too bad. What do we got? Large handbound book. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And there's writing in it. You know we have to translate. You know we have to translate it. I mean, aren't all of the books Mazwai or some nonsense like that? Oh boy, oh boy. So, looks like we've got Nebula up at the front. And, oh, there's our past tense marker. And, no, never. Okay. Well, that's a compound. You can see that like colon connector at the end of what would be told. That might be B. Ooh, that's much longer than I thought it was. I don't know. I think that might be in, but I think it also might be connected to stuff. I don't think this is correct. In fact, I'm sure it's not. But I might have to do that anyway. I don't know if I can get this one. Like, just because I'm absolutely sure that that's a compound. That looks like a compound. That is certainly a compound at the end. What if I take that out? No? Well, I might just have to put in some things I know are wrong. What else do you want? That. It's making me put absolutely everything possible in. I know some of these things are wrong. Ooh. Yeah, I will trade that. Should I show him the crown?
Huh.
I'm gonna do it. By all the stars and the fishes. I didn't know you cared. Do you like to move in? You can have my room. I'll sleep down here. I sleep down here anyway. Do you know what it is? It's beautiful. Well, yeah. Did he take it? That jerk! Yeah, that's true. He doesn't know what Age of Sail is. Not that Age of Sail is a common term in this world. Oh, but he does like it.
Term she made up.
Finally made model carved from silver and a carved phrase. Excellent. I love that they're getting longer. It makes me very happy. But I really wish we could have gotten that last one. It looks like we're starting with a nebula compound. That actually is in, I'm pretty sure. And that's place dot something. Nowhere, maybe. Oh no, it's a long compound. That's a very long compound. Oh. Nebula sleep? Well, that's sure a thing. This looks like my... Ooh, I guess we got this one. I'd rather have had sleep than in. I was pretty sure about in. Okay, so place dot not colon verb person dot fire, I think. So
Fire also seems to be connected to violence.
so fire and violence are together.
Or at least to pain. Which makes me think, like, person fire might mean, like, conflict. So not would be peace.
A place of no conflict might mean peace. That's a decent one. Let's see if any of them have clarification. No, of course not. So, sleep in peace. I can't see it. Okay, there we are. My person dot verb life whatever that thingy was that I don't remember. Do you remember what that is? Is that a hold? I feel like this would be child, and oh, hey, children is an option. What do you think?
We have up there stranger,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of that but not. But I could also see child. Oh, like I could see it being friend or...
Yeah, it could also be friend. Like it kind of depends on what meaning of hold they are looking for.
Like I said, it is similar to stranger.
It is similar to stranger. Stranger is just a negation of this word.
Although the compound formation is slightly different.
Yeah, I've never figured out what the difference between a single dot glyph versus a colon glyph is. But what do you think? Friend or child?
I'm still saying friend.
Yeah, unfortunately Tortoise's mic isn't working with OBS today, so I'm having to sort of re-say what he's talking about. Sorry about that. We tried for like 20 minutes and OBS just was not cooperating. But Tortoise thinks this is probably friend because stranger is just the same glyphs with a negator. I'm glad that you can hear him at all, honestly. So let's see what Aaliyah thinks in that. Sleep in peace, my friend, a memorial. I like it. Comes from the same place as the spherical device. Make the Age of Sail site easier to locate it. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. I think this looks rather good here. That's probably... Alright, so he's just down to flirting with us.
And making off with our crown.
I don't know whether or not he handed it back to us. But I think he probably did. They just didn't make it very clear just because he said that thing about, you know, you show me a feast and then feed me corn.
True.
So hopefully we can still take the crown elsewhere. Alright, Now I want to go talk to Timur. There's no word for going down. The reason for me seems that quite obvious. Waste receptacles flush outwards. Oh my god, Six! You're so rude! Alright. Yeah. It is pretty interesting, these giant colossal feet. I really feel like there was an inscription on them, but maybe not. The citadel is older than the slums. Yeah, I bet. No. Can't reply. How old? Earliest days of the Empire. That tracks. Must have been a fine building. It is a fine building. It's gorgeous. I want to see what she says about the Nightingale. She is a beautiful ship. Look at her. Lucky you found her. Yes, you are. We're not going that way, though. Let's go. But yeah, I love they've cut off the feet.
Shouting, crying, all at once. The sound of 1,000 people packed up like a box of oranges.
But it's just interesting visual design that, oh, there we are. That the feet of the God's Feet slums are the only colossal feet we ever see. All the other statues don't have feet. They always come back. One day I'll put up a sign in my bar. Aliyah Lazara drank raki here. Sometimes she even paid her tab. I will wait here, mistress. Damn straight you will. Ooh, you once told me there were 7 gods in the ancient pantheon. I found 6. Did I tell you that? I was probably making it up. Just showing off? Probably. I think I was told by my grandmother that 7 was a lucky number. Or 6 and 1 as she said it. You ever heard the word Malafar? All the time. It means falling over from too much raki. Can't imagine anyone has ever said it to you. Here, let's try. You're too good to me, Timur. It could be better. I am absolutely not going to take that bait, but I will sip my drink. Now look here, I have a present for you. A charred chart. Ooh, dating from the age of sail. Hardly recognize any of these river shapes, but that central swirl must be the Iox spiral, and of course there's something written on it. Our favorite game. A blurry fragment from a longer phrase. Looks like we're starting with Palace. That actually probably is of. And then, oh, that's the word we said was princes because we just didn't have a better word. Let's see. This one has a lot of symbols, but I'm confident it says palace. Another one, but it must say princes. Okay. I don't know what a prince even means in this context. Usually you don't get an emperor and a prince. Palace of Princes. We've seen this before. A name for Iox. It's likely it comes from the same place as the scrap of sailcloth and the shard of hull I got earlier. It must have been common to travel between these two places. Should make that moon Amadou pointed us easier to find. You don't want to keep it? I don't know what it's worth, I'm sure. But if you keep buying drinks here, I could put a number to that. So I like the fact that Aaliyah talks about the. You're trying to get me drunk. You're a smart lady. You can get yourself drunk. So another no thank you.
Yeah, I think we previously had an inscription that said Palace of Princes will fall.
Ah. I guess we know now. Don't be a stranger. Okay, I guess we're leaving. A new artifact to consider. You ready to go yet? Yeah, let's go. That's fine. But yeah, I think it's really fascinating how Aaliyah often will say, like, you know, we get a lot of this artifact from this site and that artifact from that site, and these two must be connected. That's actually one way that we do track ancient merchant lines. When we find Attic black figure pottery way over in, you know, inland Persia, for example, that's something that tells us that there was a trade route between the two places. And also that that was considered valuable. So she's onto something there, even though she doesn't have much to compare it to, or anyone to work with.
One thing you mentioned about princes and emperors being odd together, but that was an Age of Sail artifact.
Oh. That's a really good point. So I don't know if you could hear it on stream, but Tortoise was just saying that, you know, my note about it being odd to have both emperors and princes is that was actually an Age of Sail site, which was before the Empire. So maybe the Age of Sail did have kings and princes. Should have informed you that I've told her about the crown. She's expecting it. Why? Might ask how you didn't want me to know. The workmanship is beautiful. Evidently, it's more than a simple crown. You're sure? Now to look at that inscription I found. Okay, so I do have the crown. I can't keep this from Mayari much longer. I don't know about that. I'm sure she's desperate to see it, but I don't care. Okay. So she's prompting us actually, I think, to go into our inscriptions menu. Look at our solvable inscriptions. So I don't know how much is in here, but we can go through this real quick, I think. Well, I guess we've solved that one. A lot of them will probably be like that. Yeah, we can confirm that's sky. We've got context for it now. Live forever here. That's the graveyard with the robot monuments. Book of Words and Love is confirmed. Sail, winds, and open sky. Time and winds will save us. Metal cylinder. Oh, that's the one that Amadou gave us. I will obey and follow. That's the robot ethical core, I guess. Together we are strong on a minecart. Inscribed in the Elbereth Gate, be welcome and pray. So some clues as to what the Katkis used to be. Some kind of holy site. May the gods hold your heart. Iron box, the temples will open again. Don't know why, but the Emperor is gone, the Emperor will return. A very Loop sentiment. I will return from the rivers again. Gravestone, the Death Goddess welcomes you. The sundial. May you be healthy. May rivers carry you home. Inscribed above a window, the light of day. Follow the holy light on a water goddess. Okay, that was all. I don't know why she wanted us to do that. I guess it's time to move on. So now I'm very curious about this Age of Sail site. Or we could go to the pre-Empire site. What do you think?
I don't much care as long as it's not Iox.
Yeah, screw Mayari, let's not go to Iox. I don't think I want to go to the observatory yet either. Let's go to the Age of Sail site. That's way out there. That should be fun to do. No music this journey? Oh well. You still get the sound of the waters. And the feel of the resistance as I turn the ship. It's one nice thing about having a controller with like a bit of a rumble. Confused by the lit lanterns on the graveyard
Some
place.
say
Oop.
the rivers have a source. A single wellspring where they all begin. People love tidy explanations for things.
Skeptical then, are we, Aaliyah? But yeah, it is curious how the power stayed on and the place was so well preserved. There was a lot of feeling of time having stopped there, and I have no idea, even within the context of the game, why that would be. Ooh, oops. Oh well. Yeah, I think I'll reset, because I want to go see that, the ruin off to the side there. Even if it takes me down the wrong path. There's a shipwreck over here, I need to see it. Dates from the earliest days of the nebula. Ooh. Covered a piece of a small book covered in calculations. And there's some writing on the spine. A faded piece from an even longer phrase. Oh, we've got holy, pilgrim, and I don't think we have anything like that. Just gonna try and get us to the end of the phrase here. So it looks like 2 words here. I think this last one is stranger. But I don't think we've seen that one, that middle one. Okay. So adjective or adverb marker, modifier marker, abstract, person, fire. So, angry?
I would concur.
Tortoise concurs. Let's see what she thinks. The Holy Pilgrim and the Angry Stranger. That's a strange phrase. hazard, it comes from the same side as the chipped amulet and the heavily scratched lantern. Should help us locate Heaven's vault. Toppy would probably love it. Would he, though? He tends to like fancy objects. I wonder what the calculations on it were. Maybe they were spatial coordinates, or estimations of where the rivers might go.
In a lot of old mathematical texts, you have these things sort of framed as stories. Like story problems.
Well, that's an interesting point. So Tortoise says that a lot of older mathematical texts, like ancient ones, will frame their concepts in narrative, which makes a lot of sense.
So if there's somehow a story problem about the Holy Pilgrim and the Angry Stranger...
Right, so maybe that's like a parable of some kind, the Holy Pilgrim and the Angry Stranger. I knew someone in grad school who was very interested in ancient mathematics and worked on translating an ancient Greek mathematician. I never could wrap my head around any of it. That looks like a ruin, not getting a prompt. Maybe I've already been there? Okay. What? Oh, no. Whoops. Apparently 6 can sail, and that's what happened instead of us stopping at the ruin. I'm a little bit sad about that. I wonder how far we ended up. Yeah, accidentally. We didn't go very far. That's fine. An unexplored river. Let's go. We're in the Withering Ways now. Have you sailed before, 6? I don't know, mistress. When I connect to the winches aboard the ship, they do seem to fit. I wonder if I once enjoyed sailing. Do you not now? Perhaps you crashed a ship into that hole you were found in. Buried yourself at high speed? In concrete? I doubt it. I was buried the right way up. Yeah. I think someone had ordered me to stand still while they poured cement around me. That must be terrible as a conscious being. Could someone order you like that? Well, you know they could. You wouldn't try to preserve yourself. There are certain words, mistress, as you know. But I do not wish to think of this. Woohoo! Rapids! Whoosh. I love 3D rivers. God, I wish I could sail the nebula for real. This seems like so much fun. Of course, it would probably be unbelievably dangerous if it were real. Okay, we're pretty near it, I guess. Where? Let's take a look at the map. So, 3 possible sites it could be. I can actually tell from the way that they draw the rivers which one it is. So let's see if we can get to the others first. Can we... So if I go right, and then right, and then left. What?
That's left.
Oh, you mean here?
No. You're going south.
Oh, you're right. So left, and then right. And then right should get me to this one. Another region where the water particles are starting to fade out. Turn into ice crystals. What is wrong with the river? I think we've had this conversation. Currents are weak, yada yada. The rivers are losing their integrity. Over time they will disappear. Perhaps that's how the shipwreck was lost. Yeah, so hopefully 6 is guiding us the same place that I wanted to go. I've very rarely been sailing in real life, although I have plenty of people in my life who do sail at this point. A trail in the water. That's fascinating. How could there be a trail? Okay. We found a ruin. Let's grab ourselves an artifact. From the Age of Sail. Should only take a few moments. I found a key. No message, but it'll get us closer, I guess.
Doesn't have a message along the barrel of the key, but what about the rest of the key?
But what about the rest of the key? Dorda says. What about the shape of the rivers tells you where the Age of Sail site will be? Let's check the map for a second. So this is going to be an unexplored ruin, and this is going to be the Age of Sail site. And you can see how the river kind of pools in that location. And that shape was there even while we were still technically uncertain.
I found the first ruin the second time I went sailing. I was trying to get back to Elbereth, but of course I missed the turning and I found myself on the twisting rivers of the Wires. I pretty much screamed the whole way down. But at the bottom, there it was. A hunk of rock with a dome. Big enough to tether to. I found a brass eagle. And I took it home to my Ari, like I'd killed the thing.
That is a really cute metaphor. She's like a cat. Seriously, like the only animals that I remember ever seeing in here are pigs. I don't know how they know about whoever built the Nightingale sure knew what they were doing. They sure do know eagles and cats and serpents. So we don't need this. I just thought it would be fun in case it has an inscription. Which it does. Lucky me. Oh, this... Huh. I don't even remember getting the word for sword. But there's a negation connector there. Or is it a connector? I don't really know.
It might just be a negation of the question word.
Yeah. Then we don't have the question word. I guess this could be by itself. I guess so. This sword? It's definitely a negation. Question mark dot verb. Cannot? It seems more like it should be a some kind of indefinite meaning, some kind of subjunctive-y.
I don't know, it feels like it could plausibly be just the negation of a verb.
Yeah, it could be does not, but I really think it's cannot. This sword cannot be...
Past tense, move, not up. No.
I mean... That does seem like that. The sword cannot be lowered is kind of weird and sounds very painful for your arms. But let's see what she thinks. Good enough. Okay. Comes from the same site. Of course it does. Oh, there's only one place for us to go. So... feels good to be back on a river, so let's get off it. We are in the vicinity of the Age of Sail site once more. Yes, we are. I should be able to tell from the map which one I want. I want to go to the right. That's probably it up ahead. Oh, no, we gotta keep going a bit. 3D rivers. It's a good thing you can't crash. 'Cause if I were Aaliyah, I would be very leery of a river this thin. So let's hop her in. Yeah, that the spatial calculator, the thing I've been calling an orrery.
A single rocky peak was topped.
Oh, that's not even
by
which
a
side I thought this
gleaming
was.
ruin.
Oh, that's exciting.
And what a jewel it was.
I'm curious what you thought it was. I
Like
don't want you to give anything
a
away.
half-cut gemstone.
Place is falling apart. We could have arrived too late. Oh, hey, what's that up there? Is that a person? Nah, couldn't be. Did something fall off? No, mistress. I thought I saw... but no. It was nothing. Definitely nothing. You're seeing ghosts, 6. The dust is getting in your wiring. Might be possible to scramble up. No. One slip and you would be heading down rapidly. Ooh, a painted tile! Pretty. Yes, Toppy probably will be. We'll look around a bit then. Come back this way if we get stuck. Thank you, mistress. Based on this, I will hopper you if you get slightly stuck. A walled city? It hardly seems large enough. Hi. Hi, kitty. Okay. I saw what looked like a gate over here, so I think that's where we should go. I think Toppy came here, got the brass device from here. It seems unlikely, it does seem unlikely, to dirty his own hands. We can go around this way.
We slipped around the corner
Oops,
of the great
that
building,
was just gonna appear.
clinging to the narrowest of paths.
The drop is precipitous, but the garden is right there. Too high for you? Indeed. But I believe I have an alternative. 6? Where are you going? Ooh, 6 is starting to act more independently. I don't think my Ari gave you to me so you could just dump me outside crumbling ruins. Nothing. Amazing. I'll go by myself then. Yes, I will.
And for a moment, the sight seemed only quiet instead of empty. Like I might walk around a corner and find someone painting, or reading, or watching the sky. But, of course, there was no one here.
Of course.
And when the emptiness came back, it was double.
Iron fittings. Something was removed from here. There's no way to tell what. Does Toppy's device fit here? No. There are no connections on the base and it's too small. Must have been something bigger. I have an idea what. Looks like just like the pedestal of the sundial to me. I'm surprised Aaliyah doesn't know it. So ornate, so decorative. Yes, these are definitely gardens meant for walking around. Oh, hi, baby. I'm getting kitten kisses.
Every time you or somebody else has explored this particular moon, I've just been kind of surprised at how oblivious Aaliyah is in general.
Yeah, for someone who's so used to making connections, Aaliyah can be somewhat oblivious, it's true. Especially on this moon. Like, they want to build the suspense, I guess. Place looks like Renaki, if Renaki was left to fall into ruin. Yeah, pretty much. Except that this is prettier than Renaki. Look at these lovely tiles. This tiling is nicer than I think most of the places in the game have. Small openings, what are they? They're barely even rooms. Feel if I could understand them, then I'd understand this whole place. Well, let's go look. Well, I guess not into that one. A book! The pages are rotten through. But it's not completely fallen to pieces, and the spine has its title, hopefully. A stained fragment from an even longer phrase. God, never be... that icon has only been used in prints, I think, so that's not one we have. In your heart? Alright, getting some more confirmations. In the real world, these would be checked by so many other people against so many other texts, but then Aaliyah would never be the only epigrapher in the whole nebula. But Iox has worked very hard to make sure that she is, and tried very hard to discourage her at that. So this is somehow connected to Prince. Person dot verb not whatever makes somebody a prince. Not classy, I guess.
I mean, if it's something like ruling, traitor might be antonym.
Traitor might be an antonym for a ruler, yeah. I was also thinking thief if it's about class, but you're right. Traitor's probably better. Never be a traitor in your heart. Seems plausible for a book. Same source as the piece of paper and the chipped amulet that I found adrift in the rivers. Must have been a strong connection between those two places, and it should help us locate the site of the vaults. More books. So much moisture on this moon. Nothing paper could last. No way back to the Nightingale without 6. Perhaps you should have been nicer to it. Stay calm. Don't be dramatic. I'm not worried. Okay. This one's a little bit ajar. Let's see what we can see. It's stuck. Rubble on the inside, maybe. 6? Where are you, 6? Have you actually abandoned me this time? Hello. A shoe. And how did you get here? Did you hop? What was this place? Something under here. A cracked glass jar dating from the earliest days of the nebula. Glass does stick around a surprisingly long time. Comes from the same place as the sharded pot. Really tracking down that the site of the Heaven's Vault. Oh, we've seen this goddess before. A statue with no arms, the serpent. And an inscription. All is something. That might be 2 somethings, or 1, I'm not sure. And then a verb provides. Oh. Ooh, doesn't feel right. Okay. All is blank in. We get 2 words. So we've got modifier, abstract, dot.
Oh, it looks like we also have honest with that.
Oh. So maybe this is some concept of nobility or purity, and then life.
It's basically honest is that plus like all.
Yeah. So fair? So that looks very close to aid, but instead of the life marker at the end, we have a second hold.
And without the second hold, it was provide.
So what do you think? Sell?
Sure.
All's fair in trade? That seems good. I think it's a market god. Is this place a market? It reminds you of Renaki. And we have a mural of the eagle and sun. And fountains that somehow still work. So this is an Empire period site? It doesn't look like an Empire period site. Unless the eagle and sun symbol predates the Empire. Dun dun dun! Anything out here? Probably not. The music's so ominous. Where have you got to, Six? Did you go chasing your ghost? Oh, there's Six. How did you get in here?
At the building's heart was a domed chamber. Every footstep rang like a bell, and the room was large, like it was larger than the walls that held it. Like a whole other moon was contained inside this room.
Six? What are you doing, Six? You left me. I had to. I saw something. It led me here. Again. Again? Indeed, mistress. I know this place. I've been here many times. Go on. Every time I was here, this place was something different. It seems to keep happening to me. Do not understand what is in my mind. You're a robot. Either you know something or you don't. I agree, in theory, and yet. So much for amazing robot brains. How did you get in here? There was a hopper eye. It was a trivial matter. Now, this is a very familiar design for me. This has got to be a temple space. The hush, the quiet, this place must have once held hundreds. I suppose a certain meticulous acoustics, an excellent location for singing. Good faith. Listen to the echo. The room was built for that. There's seating. I've not seen this arrangement in a temple before. Seating is clearly hierarchical to allow more important people to sit closer to the gods. Whatever this place is, it's not a workshop or observatory, not some place I'd expect to find a compass or whatever Toppy's thing is. Perhaps it's merely a decorative trinket after all, and perhaps it was for sale here. Go on, give me a show, Six. Remember King with an iolite crown. His judgments were fair, and he was much loved, but his daughters schemed against him. Each daughter thought he loved another more. Resentment festered until each killed him in a different way. Slow poison, a knife in the back. But the youngest daughter's method was the cruelest. She hoppered her father into a crack in the palace stonework. She became queen, but never found any pleasure in it. She was plagued by her father's voice inside the walls, berating her for her flaws. It makes no sense. How could I have seen all that? Because it's a theater. Sounds like nonsense. Perhaps it is. Perhaps my core is failing. Perhaps I'm going insane. No. has a certain melancholy beauty. I've been nothing but a voice inside a wall myself. Is there anything else? Yes. You see, I remember a woman shipwrecked. She lay here on this floor, dressed only in rags, carved her name into boards torn from her ship which would never sail again, and tossed them into the river, hoping to be rescued. Oh. It's like listening to a grandmother on Harvest Day. They're dreams. They are dreams. Do you dream? I don't believe so. And how would I know for sure? Do you even sleep? Not since I was activated. But before then, I suppose I was asleep for a long, long time. But here's the stage, the seating, the meticulous acoustics, the exits off to each side. Is there a wellspring? There must be. Plenty of air. Curtains. No, a doorway. I suppose priests would materialize from here? Don't fall into the trap of thinking everything you find must be ritual. A very common technique. Might mean whole areas of the nebula we thought were empty used to be inhabited. That might be true, or else there was a river and it's gone. Is that possible? It seems like it is. Okay, let's at least look at the statue, shall we? This is a little like the statue outside, but it's the sun goddess. It's a lot smaller than the ones I've seen before. And it's made of wood, painted to look like stone. It's a prop. You're right about one thing, Six. There's definitely something wrong with this place. It's all fake. There's some kind of chest. Beautifully made. A sword. Very light. Same as the goddess, it's made of wood. And there's an inscription, hey! So, one never, one time, something death. Oh. I guess never once.
Last is the only one that's related to time.
Last is the only one that's related to time, as you say, Tortoise. And then we have modifier past, and then this sort of returning thing. One last time before death? Maybe it's toast! That's one of our options. One last time before death. Nice and dramatic. Oh, but of course this isn't a temple. It's a theater. So she does have the concept of theater. I wasn't sure. A theater? So my memories are only stories. They seem so real. Let's see where this goes. Well, it's open.
The far side was open to the wind and the dark.
Oh, I can walk around here? No, not all the way. The music stopped being quite so ominous. That's nice. A little basket like this, you'd think it'd have gotten knocked over by the wind by now. What's that? An axe? Somebody was working their way through the trees for firewood. There must have been someone here. Well, Why are you so sure it's past tense? Sculpture. Sticks, shoes, a coffee pot. Something like... Oof. She is not the most graceful. Was never any good at dancing. There's no chance this sculpture has lasted hundreds of years. There must have been someone here recently. But who would come out here to build sculptures? You recognize the dancer's pose, don't you, Julia? You should. It's a swirler from Elbereth. Imagine 5 of them holding hands going in and out around each other. Pretty good, actually. Fresh fruit. Perhaps these grew on the trees, but there aren't many trees, and this is a lot of fruit. Is this bread? It's bread. That didn't grow on a tree. No, indeed. Well, there's a little food store here. That cannot have survived for very long. No matter what weird time preservation magic it feels like was being asserted, that just isn't possible. Well, the entire mountain down there is tumbling away. Reminds me of what happened to 4. So, that's all I can see from this side. But there were more places to look out there. What's wrong, Aaliyah? I don't want to go down the robot ramp. Perhaps there's no more to see here. I do not wish to stay any longer than necessary. You're not interested in remembering any more stories? I can remember at my leisure, but there is nothing here to see. Cannot activate the hopper from in here. Let me show you the sword I found. The wood's not from here, perhaps unsurprisingly. It is old. Indeed it is. Everything here must be. Except that some of it's not. Let's get off this moon. Too many ghosts down here. What was that? The prop's been knocked over. Heard footsteps. Didn't move on its own. Nope. It is made of wood, though. Yes. Hello? There's someone here. Whoever has been here is still here. Someone hiding up there? Come out, whoever it is. They do not appear to want to obey. It's a kid! There is someone here. I knew it. A boy. You won't eat me, ghost. Stay back. I am the dread river pirate Amir. Hand over your robot or I'll run you through. Aren't you too young to be a pirate? Well, you're too tall to be a ghost, but we'll see if you bleed all the same. Ghosts don't bleed, son. Ow, you little rodent. Most pirates wash behind their ears. Let's play along, shall we? Oh, really, mistress? I could tell you were a bloodthirsty ghost. Maybe, but ghost or not, you won't hit me like that. God, her stance is horrible. She's holding the sword backwards. I don't know if you can tell. Strike forward. Take that. Ouch! Alright, ghost. I give in. Please don't hurt me. I'm not going to hurt you. See? Now, what's your name? Amir, I told you. You're not a very smart ghost, are you? What's yours? I'm Aaliyah. Are you from Elbereth? Yep. I was on Elbereth. There was a story, you see, about a cursed word. I'm sure you know lots of words you shouldn't know. A bad word. They said to speak it aloud was death. So I spoke it. You're not dead. I did, I was. By the rivers, but I felt it. Coldness, my soul sailed the stars, now here I am. How did you learn this word? Lots of people say they know it. I saw it written. Written? I haven't seen another person for so long. I hope you're real. Of course I'm real. You can't be sure. The others weren't. Others? This place gets busy at night. You hear them arguing. Ghosts are all so angry. That's fascinating. How long have you been here? Years and years. I lost count. I was a baby when I came here. Where are we? That can't possibly be true. You can't stay here. The building is collapsing. It'll slide all the way into the rivers below. Do you know a man called Toppy from Elbereth? No. Definitely not. The way you said that makes me think you do. I don't. Absolutely, definitely no. Uh-huh. Sure, kid. Man, not just yet. I still want to check out this side. I haven't been in this room, but it looks like there is not much. Ah, Amir's sleeping rolls, perhaps. So you're a robot, evidently. Looks to be a rug sellers. A rope. Leading up to the next floor of this place. Might have been stairs here once. That's how I get up here, says Amir. There's nothing up there, though. Yeesh. Feels pretty firm. How did you tie it up there? I spent about a day throwing it. Good God. Poor Amir. It's a long way down. I like to pee off here. It takes forever to splash. Well, that's a very realistic little boy. You don't worry about falling? I think about it sometimes. That's discouraging for multiple reasons. Okay. Maybe... No, we didn't go around that side, did we? This place doesn't just look like Renaki. It worked like it, too. Stands selling goods. That one looked bread. People milling along the colonnade. Shouts and haggling. No, I don't want to go back to the Nightingale yet. I haven't explored this direction. Little openings then, they're shop fronts. Drawings. You did these, Amir? They're not my first. I did every wall, every surface, then washed it clean and started again. I saw the sculpture you built, the dancer. You made it? Yes. So, let's see what Amir has seen. People, for sure. That one looks like a robot over there. You recognize what it was, my sculpture? It's a swirler. I used to climb on the rooftops and watch them as a girl. I loved them. They're so strong, so fast. I wanted to be one until I died. You still could be, kiddo. A little table, a fruit. Does the fruit grow here? No, it's waiting for me every morning. Someone doesn't want me to die. Not again, anyway. You mean someone is keeping you here? I don't know. I don't think so. Is there anyone else here? No. Or if there is, I did not see them. More drawings. What's it supposed to be? An old myth from Elbereth, you know, where the woman keeps a fish under her hat. Which one is she? Isn't that obvious? Nope. But, okay. I've never actually gone through the drawings with Amir. Roos must be falling every time the ground gives way. Lucky the dome is still holding.
Turn around again.
Turn around.
Is that stairs going up? Yes.
That is stairs going up. Good point. Stay here. Fabulous advice, mistress. Ooh, marks in the woodwork. Broken silver necklace with a circle-shaped pendant. Looks like it dates from ancient times. It's small, though. Must have belonged to a child, and there are inscribed characters. I don't think those are the marks in the wood I thought I was clicking on, but hey! How are there that many marks on something that small? So that first one's gonna be ours. And then person.hold, which is not one of our options. It's modifier.hold.time, or modifier.hold, and then, oh, that's confusing. Okay, we've got cannot here. That seems like a thing. Take, with an ending marker. Us. Is that all I get? Okay. What do you want me to do? This? Okay. So, there's that. Okay, so this is one word. I didn't expect that. So person.hold modifier hold time. I wonder why there's no connector. It really feels like there ought to be.
Well, it's either giver or parents, based on it being a person.
Yeah, I think it's... Well, we do have a sense of take later on, but I don't understand how that would have to do with time, where parents would. I don't know, what do you think?
I feel like parents should have life involved, personally.
Yeah, like parents should have life involved. Well, let's try giver. Cannot take us, and this is modifier separation ending, so that's gotta be away, right? Like, I would have said apart. Our giver cannot take us away? I'll look at it again later.
Maybe it is parents.
Comes from the same source as the book I found. Okay. Now we can look at the marks in the woodwork. Nope, that's definitely cell. That double hold is pretty distinctive. And that looks like before. You... Okay. Got confirmation on cell. And before. Cell before you buy. Just thinking contextually.
Yeah.
I mean, any of these technically could be, but...
It's like hold to hold.
Hold to hold. Hold intensified. Reduplicated. Reduplication happens actually pretty often in verbs. Like, if you... it's kind of hard to see in English because a lot of it comes from older words, but like if you think about the word dedicate, dico in Latin is to speak, dedico, dedicate. So like that's a reduplication of that first sound. Pretty sure the door is stuck. These doors are always stuck. Okay. I did find something, 6, but I'm not going to tell you about it, apparently. You ready to go now? No. I work for the university on Iox. Never been to Iox. Oops. Okay. Should I take you? No. I don't know who you are. I just want to go home. Okay. Iox isn't that special. The place is made by its people. Are they all robots on Iox? I mean, I'm not a robot. So, nothing much here. This would be that front gate. And how do you eat? One of the rooms has food in it. I eat that. How does the fruit stay fresh? I don't know. I think someone brings it, but I never saw them. This is a mystery that I have never had solved. I think
There was an interaction dot there too.
I think there was. Could be the action of an ethical core. Maybe the place has an AI in it? People who came that way, same as the hopper in the graveyard. More drawings. Maybe people around a fire or something. I thought there was an inscription on the gate clearly never opened, is what I was seeing. Okay. No hinges, no lock. Just a place for a hopper. Alright, crumpled blanket, this is where you sleep. I've slept all over, sometimes on the floor above, sometimes I'm a fox and I sleep in the bushes. Here, recently it's been cold. I bet it has. You must have been lonely. I don't know what you mean, I was dead. Oof. Fire pit? How do you light it? I don't know. Usual way, I suppose? I found your fireplace. I didn't realize it was fresh. Don't make fires very often. How do you light a fire? The upper floor, there's a wire in one of the walls. It sparks. You can catch the spark on a scrap of cloth, a bit of wood. Then you have to get it down to where the wood is going to burn. That's not the usual way, kiddo. That is fine. Something written above this one. I know we're going a little extra long this time, but we're almost done with the site, so I just wanted to see the last few things before I stop. Okay, that looks like house of friends. Okay, house is right. And friends is right. Good job, Tortoise. You can read those marks? I didn't think anyone could. I wonder what people did in there. You ready to go, mistress? Yeah. As far as I know, that's what we have. Stand still. So I want to know what Amir read if he can't read those marks. That's fascinating. We've never... I mean, there must be some other script, but we never get to see any of it, do we? Well, it's now 4:30, so we've a little bit overstayed our our usual time. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride, and thank you for being a little bit in chat. And we will see you next week. Keep learning, friends.